on behalf of Father Michael, Father Gaspar, all the deacons, Deacon Carey, Deacon Bob, and Deacon Joe, and in fact the whole community of faith here at Santa Teresa, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here on this very important night of the year. In fact, it's the most important night of the year. Without this night, you and I shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be here. Because our faith has no meaning. You know, I'm sitting there and listening to all the readings today. Begin with the first book in the Bible, the book of Genesis. A wonderful story, right? God sit there and He created things, and He said, for those who like trivia, 8 times He said, then God said, and 8 times, and so it be. Pretty amazing, isn't it? He said, and so it be. He said, and so it be. But then He just didn't stop there. He allowed us, you and me, all of us, the human race said, and so it be as well. Remember, He created all the animals, and He said, you got the power over them, and whatever the name you said, that they will be called. Isn't that so amazing, my dear friends? We got the power to, and we said, and so it be. But then, we feel like we don't got it anymore. We gasping like I'm having a heart attack. Like I'm having an asthma. No, I don't have an asthma. We gasping like we having one. Because we feel like the power being stripped up. And surely it was. The sins begin to split in the back. And the we said, so it be, begin to say, they said, and so it be. No longer, we said. But that came out, you see, the second reading from the book of Exodus. How the people go astray, and God again showed up. Hey, I got the power. Even remember after the responsive song, the Song of Moses, one of the kids here even say, oh yeah. He or she, that little kids, even understand the amazing power of it. But then we lose it again. But then the third reading from the book of Ezekiel continue to remind us, oh no, we still, the one with power is still there. And the promised Son of God has arrived. A few months ago, I visited my parents in Atlanta. Right in front of their house, right on the main road, they got a big billboard advertised for funeral home. And it reads, let me make sure I quote it right. Don't die, bury in death. Preparing it now. Basically, they tell you that you need to make all the pre-arrangement now. Because you don't want to be buried in debt. That somebody else has to pay your funeral. But that is another level tonight. We no longer bury in debt. He has paid the price. He has paid the cost. Whatever, not only the funeral cost, but whatever the cost that associate with that, He has paid it 100-fold. Stamp paid off. Stamp paid off. You and I, we don't have to worry about it anymore. Death no longer scares anymore. Remember, a few weeks ago, I was given the whole homily on death. Nobody sit around and love to talk about death. Why shouldn't we? Because we should, right? Because that's the fact. But nobody sit around and discuss about it. And let me have a show of hands, those who after you die, if you want to go to heaven, raise your hand. But a few of the hands don't want to go up. That's You're in the wrong church, buddy. You're in the wrong church, especially tonight. Now, who want to go to heaven and see God tonight, raise your hand. It's maybe you have to do that. See, I'm making a good announcement. Here at Santa Teresa, all of us, the priests, the deacons, and all the people here, actually preparing a pilgrimage to go to see God in heaven. Now, that takes every day. You can jump on the trip anytime you want. Doesn't have to be registered to be a member of the church. As long as you want to jump on board, there will be room for you. And that's what happened in here. So to the people who come into join to be fullness with us, not just at Santa Teresa, but with the Universal Church today, you're on the right track. We promise you, we guarantee you, it will get there. And if sometimes you jump it off, don't worry, jump right back out. Your seat still reserved there for you, written with your name underneath of the seat. Not my handwriting, not Father Gaspar, not anybody. Jesus' handwriting right there with your name on it. So my dear friends, after tonight, you can never tell me or anybody else you don't know the guy. You can only say, I don't care. You can no longer say, I don't know. You can only say, I don't care. So my dear friends, don't worry about Burry in death. He has paid it in